Good morning. It is Sunday morning and time to get to work. I went to the gym early this morning, had a couple of errands to run. It's post show, pre holiday, unexpected, uh, chaotic nature of kind of how things work that result in the change of schedule. However, I am still here, as you are noticing. So today is Christmas Land, which is the last appearance of peak music for the holiday season. We are going to spend an hour caroling because Christmas Land was one of our major sponsors for the show. And they asked that we come and perform between 1 and 2 o'clock today. Their final day, I believe, their final day of their season. So we're looking forward to that. I believe it's just going to be myself and Crystal, and we are going to sing some Christmas songs, and that sounds like fun. The only thing that is not fun is setting up our sound system, breaking it down, and lugging it up and down the stairs. The life of a roadie is not glamorous. However, it is what we do. All right. So we live in confusing times. I think that is a thing that is maybe an understatement of how things are. We live in a time period due to, and I would say it is largely due to the intersection of human nature and electronic media, where we can choose to believe what we want to, exactly what we want to, because facts are malleable. When you get into a virtual environment, the facts are whatever somebody says that they are. And then we latch onto these with an emotional attachment. And then all of a sudden, something that is demonstratively false becomes true for a large portion of the population, which is just really a kind of a supercharging of human nature and propaganda of the past. Humans tend to adapt, and I'm sure that humanity will adapt to this as well. But as individual creative people in such time periods, we must ask ourselves, what do we do to deal with that confusing nature of things? And it is what we always do, and that is to keep a focus on what we want to do, what our goals are, what our dreams are, what our outcome is, and how we get there. There are all sorts of distractions. And if you allow yourself to be distracted off the path, then sometimes it's very difficult to walk back to that or fight your way back to that. So my advice to you is, once you know where your path is, don't look for anything else. You're always looking for ways to improve what you're doing, but not a different path that is shorter. The shortest way to get to something is usually the long way around. And I say that because it is usually the only way to get there. You see all over YouTube tricks, tips, and shortcuts to get to something. And what they are is really a method of getting to you to either view the video or to buy something. And as someone who has watched countless videos, read countless books, taken countless courses, the amount of new material that is out there is minuscule. There are ways to repackage the material, but it is very difficult to come up with something new as far as training in music goes. Now, that said, I do see it, and I do see people that are focused on that. But 99% of the people that you see online that are selling you something are trying to get you to just pay attention and buy the same old stuff. because there's no knowledge that you can get that will speed up your path. It might clarify a concept, but then you're focused on that instead of the training that you're currently doing. So if you've got a good training program, you don't want to look around for a way to short circuit that. Now, finding a way to improve yourself, your focus, your commitment, absolutely. But questions like, I don't want to learn music theory, I just want to play music. That's like saying, I want to drive a car, but I don't want to have tires on the car. It's like one is kind of really required unless you want to get in the car and start up the engine and pretend that you're driving. So some things are required. Or I don't want to do any complex chords. I just want to do simple chords and play a few songs. And most people don't want to do that. They really want to master their instrument, but they're just frustrated with the progress of it. And so they avoid simple, proven techniques like focusing on chord changes. You focus on the changes between two different chords, and you spend 2 weeks, 10, 15 minutes a day doing that. And then all of a sudden, you can probably play the song at some sort of reasonable level. Certainly within a month's time period, if you spend 10, 15 minutes a day really focusing on those chord changes, you can do it. Or, I can't sing this song because my voice won't go high enough. Well, we can change the key of the song and stretch your voice up a step or so. And all of a sudden you can do that, but you need to work on the basic exercises. So remember that. So I know I'm preaching to the choir, but it is important to remember that none of us are immune to these clickbait scenarios that tell you that, boy, you just click here and watch this, and it's really going to make your musical life so much easier. It may even convince you into watching it or buying something, but the likelihood that that's going to help, it's like buying a lottery ticket. It's fun, it's interesting, it's not going to do anything for you. So that is the walk down the path of examining where we're at for today, and I will see you again tomorrow.